we got another exciting gull wing video for you here today. In fact, it's going to be the last one in our braking series. It's going to end this segment right here on our brakes issues. What we've done so far is we rebuilt the front mass cylinder. We have bled the front brakes. I showed you how to do that, and with a bunch of tips. We've replaced our front brake pads, and now we're going to be doing the rear brake pads. That's right. Luckily, there's only one caliper we got to mess with. It'll be on the left side. We'll have to remove the saddlebag, but we'll get to that here in a minute. Now, for those of you that are brand new to the channel and don't know what we're quite talking about, look down in the description. We have other videos from this segment that'll be down there in the description. If you want to see some more gull wing repairs, check out my playlist or go to my channel page. And you'll be able to see a whole list of gull wing repairs and tech tips and all that good stuff. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, the first thing we need to do is remove that saddlebag, the left one right there. Yes, it's not very hard, it's very simple. In fact, I've already shown you guys in a previous video on how to remove your saddlebag, so if you're familiar with that, you should have no problem removing the saddlebag. If you're brand new and don't know how to do it, check down in the description. There'll be a link to that saddlebag video so you can watch that and know how to take it apart and put it back together. I do both for you, because I'm a nice guy. And once you've got that project done of removing your saddlebag, come back to this video and we will continue on with this project. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and get started removing the saddlebag. Okay, once you got your saddlebag removed and you're down to this point and you can see your brake caliper, you're ready for the next step. We have two bolts here that are holding on the caliper bracket right here and right there. This is a 14 and that is a 12. Alright, so get something with some good leverage because these bolts are going to be on there tight. I'm using my long ratchet here with a nice little deep socket. Give me a little extra leverage to get these broke free. And alright, I lied. I had them pre-loosened, but they were tight, so be prepared. I know I cheated. Oh, there it is. See our brake pads? And just what I thought, not really worn down like the front. But after all the bull crap we went through with the other ones, we're going to go ahead and replace this so I don't have to worry about this for a long time. Honestly, tell you the truth. Let's see if we can get a new one and see if we can see the difference. Not really a whole lot of difference. I can see there's a slight difference. So, yeah, just a little bit. Not a whole lot. These things are not really wore out, which is sad. But after all the trouble, I don't want to go through again. So let's go ahead and get these brake shoes off. Brake pads off. Alright, if you're looking at our rear brake here, you'll probably notice that it's a little bit different than our front brake. We don't have little Allens up here. We have this little bracket right here. We need to go ahead and take it off here. So I'm going to grab my wrench and get to it. Got it. Now I'm going to take these to the wire wheel, clean them up, and then we'll grease them back up. But we definitely want to get all the crud off these. Alright, now our pads should come out theoretically, and there they are, just like that. And we notice that they got shims on them, so we will take them off and put them on the new ones if I can here. Okay, I tried to take these shims off. I don't think you can take them off. I think they're built into this. Well, the new ones don't have them, so, but they're not coming off. They're built in, so we're gonna forget the shims. Alright, now that we've got that, you can see we got our C-clamp here ready to push our pistons back in. I'm using the old brake pad to squeeze them down, so I'm going to start turning and we're going to start pushing our brake pads back. Want to bottom them out. Now you don't have to use a C-clamp if you've got some big channel locks, or if you got enough strength to push them down yourself, go for it. I just use a C-clamp because I want to use the C-clamp. No reason needed, because I don't need one. Alright, we got those pushed down, easy as that. Alright, now that's good. I may take some brake cleaner and spray in here and kind of wipe this up and clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to go clean up the little hardware, take the pins to the wire brush, and get them ready to put back together. Alright, today we're going to be using our EBC rear brakes that I showed you guys in our front brake video. And here's the part number in case you guys are wondering for the rear brake. Now I'll have this all down in the description, all the part numbers for the front and the back, so that way you can buy your brake pads. But here it is, FA69-3HH, and it comes with 2 pads here, and they should be pretty good here. So we're gonna get them ripped open and put them on. Alright, as you can see, we've got our brake caliper cleaned up. Took some brake cleaner and just sprayed in there and wiped it all off. Got all the road dust off of it. So now we're ready to start assembling it. So I've got my 1 brake pad right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of grease on it, like I showed you in the previous video. Not too carried away like I'm doing now, just kind of spread her out. We're now ready to put our pins in. You can see they're back from the wire wheel, all cleaned up. I'm going to splatter a little bit of grease on here, so that way it'll be nice and lubed. Alright, if you see me, I've got my brake pads sitting in here, all greased up, as ready to go. Now we need to put our ends, our pin ends there. So make sure that this end with the little flange here goes on this side, because you wouldn't believe how many times I screwed that up. And then just kind of help it guide it in here whenever you get ready to align. I'd recommend doing 1 pin at a time, and I would recommend greasing these pins up. Now I've greased these things up a couple times already, run them through there, so I'm good to go. Alright, there we are, in. Alright, that should look like something like that. Now we'll wipe off the excess of grease here, and we'll put our locking bracket in. And there we go. We got our new pads on there. Just got to put it on the rotor there. But we are good to go. That was nothing to it. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, and there you go. And there it is. Our brakes are changed. And now you can put your saddlebag on. Now, be warned now, when you hit the brakes the first time, you might want to go hit them so that these things will smash in a little bit and set the piston, because they're all the way back and you can see there's a lot of play in there. So just hit your brakes, your foot brake, and these things should set after the first time. Now, alright, if you know how to put your saddlebag on, great, go ahead and tackle that. If you don't, remember that video you were watching? I also do how to put it back together. So watch that video and it'll show you how to put this thing back together, and then you're going to be done with this job. Alright guys, once you get your saddlebag back on, you are pretty much done. Now I want to apologize if you watched my saddlebag video, you probably realize it's one of my earlier videos. It's a little shaky, but you know what? It does the job. It's still a good informational video. It's a good step-by-step. And trust me, don't cut any corners when you're trying to get your saddlebag off. Alright, you've got to take a lot of stuff off to get the saddlebag out. Otherwise you're going to risk damage and stuff, and that's something you just don't want to do with a gull wing. Plastics are just expensive. I've said it 1,000 times on almost every video I just about do with gull wings. Plastics are expensive. Be very careful when you take this stuff apart. Don't force it. If it's not coming out, see what's causing it. Alright guys, that is going to cap off our brake little segment there. I hope you've learned something. I hope you'll get out and try this on your own bike. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd like to see some of my other videos, go check them out on the channel page. All you got to do. Well guys, I am going to go take this thing for a test drive. I have done everything. The mass cylinder's done. The brakes are bled. The pads have been changed. It has been probably about almost 3-4 weeks since I've rode this thing on the road here, so we're going to take this thing out for a ride today. It's a little hot, but we'll make do. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Sir, do you belong here? Do you belong here? That's not even my dog.